For I don't want to stand here anymore.
Take 4 in 3, 2, 1. Schools now have a challenge to maintain their standard of excellence. Dan, I could kill you.
So who are you going to believe? 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 Who are you going to believe?
3, 2, 1. Reynolds expects their new invention to hit the commercial. Yeah, again, 3, 2, 1. Reynolds is expecting their new invention to hit and I can't concentrate at all. The Raylock ship here and all. 3, 2, 1. Reynolds is... I can't do this. Sorry, I'm getting so frustrated I could just die. Okay, go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. I'm really frustrated, okay?
Yes, my name is Congressman Algonquin P. Fisk, and I need the money.
So if you could vote on it up or down.
I need the money, man.
Vote on it up or down, Congressman.
You got any spare change?
You're a congressman. Congressman, it's a very clear choice, up or down, damn it.
I'm on the record on that.
Look, I don't want to say anything, but a bird just pooped on my shoulder.
That's lovely. Just lovely.
So once again, the Congress of the United States has labored mightily, and after weeks of effort has produced the result which you see before me. Every taxpayer should be proud.
Yeas are 334, the nays are 74, and the motion is passed.
I feel right at home in this gymnasium.
Yeah, well, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I don't hear you. I don't hear anything there now.
Did you lose it?
I never got it.
Now do you hear it?
Well, I don't hear. I mean, I hear the ad. This is yeah. That's all I hear. And then I hear. Then bang, it's gone.
Well, as the 7th person called upon to describe the same event, I feel somewhat like Zsa Gabor's 7th husband on their wedding night. I know what to do, but I'll be damned if I know how to make it interesting.
I may have helped along with the other members of the delegation.
I think we're all serious. Well, we specialize in a few things in the Senate, and one of them is spitting.
Well, maybe we just should all go behind the proverbial barn, you know. Say, I'll show you mine if you'll show me yours.
I've lost it completely.
This news is straight from hell. Democrats are just scared to death to offend the gay lobby. They're hostage.
That's bullshit.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's a family
excuse me.
favor.
I'll translate that for you folks later. Let's bleep that out. This is a live show, Joe.
Something I can use.
It's interesting when people die. Give us dirty laundry. Can we film the operation? Is the head dead yet? You know the boys in the newsroom got a running bet. Get the widow on the set. We need dirty laundry. Dirty little secrets, dirty little lies. We got our dirty little fingers in everybody's pie. Love to cut you down to size. We love dirty laundry. We can do the innuendo, we can dance and sing. When it's said and done, we haven't told you a thing. We all know that crap is king. Give us dirty laundry.
Tray, exit only. Operating 10 a.m. to closing, Dr. Purnell. But now listen, if we're going to give folks a bird's eye view of our bank, our financial institution, how are we going to get down there if this thing only runs uphill?
Robert, we can go two ways.
Right?
If you want to walk, long walk, we can go down around the back way, and then we can eventually get down. Otherwise, we can stop the speed ramp.
You being a curator of mammals, we have permission to stop the speed ramp for just a moment, right?
Be my guest. Golden door is always open for you here in the zoo, and I'm sure speed ramps will stop.
Thanks, Doctor. All I do is push. All right, Glenn. Round this son of a pup. Hey, Caval. Jeez.
Why don't you say, will you hold the microphone for
I want to say a few words, not in front of the folks.
Bob?
What are you trying to do? Electrocute me?
Hey, what happened?
The Marines say they've done everything possible to make this exercise as close to the real thing as they can. The only unreal thing about this mock war is that it will be over in another 4 days. From Camp Pendleton, George...
It's Anaheim, and we're at the Barnum Brothers, Ringling Brothers Greater Circus. I can't say that word much, but I know a good girl when I see her. Here we are with Linda Voigt, a young lady who is going to appear in the circus in San Diego when it comes on Combo's Beneficiary Night on September 14th.
La Jolla?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Welcome to Anaheim and the opening night of the Barnum Brothers. Now, wait a minute, let's read it. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. Here we are in Anaheim at the opening night of Ringling Brothers, Barnum Bailey's. Could you do that one for
You, September the 14th, Combo Night in San Diego.
That's good enough to stand by itself. This is Bob Wells, ladies and gentlemen, the ringmaster for the Ringling.
16.
That's correct.
Participating in a national program on the local level. What's the number to call?
The number to call is 234-9... Does that foul it up?
No.
Hi, Ray Strubar, sales manager at Martin Carter Chrysler Plymouth here in Mission Valley. Hey, here's proof positive that Martin Carter means business. Look at this, a brand new full factory equipped Valiant 68 model. 1985 delivered here at Martin Carter Chrysler Plymouth. 1985 on that. We're open 7 days a week till 9 o'clock at night for your shopping convenience. Want something a little bit bigger? Here you go. A full factory equipped 68, brand new Valiant four-door sedan. V8 engine, automatic transmission. The Plymouth. The Plymouth.
Scene 1, number 1, 60 seconds.
Hi there. Ray Strubar, sales manager at Martin Carter Chrysler Plymouth in Mission Valley. The May Company shopping area is right across the freeway from us. You've been thinking about swapping that car off, getting a new model? Well, by golly, look at this. A brand new 1968 Valiant. terrible.
Scene 1, number 1, 60 seconds.
Hi, Ray Strubar. Hi, Ray Strubar, sales manager at Martin Carter Chrysler Plymouth dealership in Mission Valley. We're just across the freeway from the May Company shopping area. You been thinking about swapping that Ford off or car off? Well, may as well cut it. I blew that one. Empty side.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm built for comfort myself.
This is a member of the kangaroo family, friends. Sometimes they've been known to drop dead, actually, when people try to catch them. And yet here she sits comfortably in the arms of Dr. Hunsaker. Why? Just one of the many fascinating stories you'll see on Zoorama every Saturday night at 7.
Cut.
Ready?
Thanksgiving was first celebrated 350 years ago by the colonists in New England. Ever since that time, Thanksgiving has been celebrated in pretty much the same way.
Before he goes to bed.
The first thing he does, the very first thing he does before he goes to bed, right?
We make love and then we go to sleep, to go to bed. We do it in the bed, but then we go to sleep.
I think what I should do is perhaps repeat the question. Now you stay out of it, Judge. I don't need you right now. I got enough problems. This is the first thing he does before he goes to bed.
To go to sleep?
You mean he goes to sleep before he goes to bed?
No, we make love and then go to bed.
Yeah, I know that. Yes.
It's a ritual.
Yeah, right. It's a heck of a ritual. This is the Look, I have a hard job, Judge. So this is before he goes to bed, right? Forget about all the other stuff. This is before the first thing he does before he goes to bed.
Well, once he gets in bed.
No, I don't want to know about that. I want to know before he gets in bed.
He looks at me.
Thank you. Brad, the first thing you do before you go to bed. Yourself.
I can't say that, so I guess...
Before you go to bed.
Well, open the shower door, and then I take a shower.
What's the first thing you do? Open the shower door or take a shower?
Take a shower.
Oh, you take a shower before you open the door, I see. All right. Seriously, the first thing you do is you look at your wife. Brian?
The first thing I do before I go to bed is usually urinate.
What if we could put him through some of his paces
Well,
there,
it's rather difficult out here because the ground is hard. He doesn't want to... Sit up, please, Ben. He sits up like that very nicely. Takes that. Come here, Ben. And I say, I think I better give him another... Yes. Mind my suit, Ben, with that dirty paw. Yeah. Now, just a minute. Sit up. Sit up. Ben, sit up. Sit right up. Are we friends? Shake hands. How do you do? Isn't that nice? Come here. Come here, Ben.
I think he wants to take a walk, Rosaire. Wait till we get your mic cable here. I think we kind of got unplugged here. Anyhow, while Rosaire and Ben are taking a little walk around the other side of our van, also on today's program, we're going to have some special exhibits from the FA.
Governor Scott has recently announced the formation of a bipartisan commission to examine and study North Carolina's voting machinery. Also, the commission will investigate voting abuses and irregularities in the state. H.G. Goodson of Winston-Salem, a member of the Forsyth County Board of Elections, is one of the appointments, and he happens to be the only black appointed by the commission. God, that's to the commission. Governor Bob Scott has recently announced the appointment of a bipartisan commission to examine, investigate... I'm going to try it again. Governor Bob Scott has recently announced the formation of a bipartisan commission to study voting regularities in the state of North Carolina. I'm going to do it one more time because any irregularities. Governor Bob Scott has announced the appointment of a bipartisan commission to make a study of North Carolina's election machinery. The commission will also investigate voting abuses in the state. Governor Bob Scott has announced the appointment of a bipartisan commission to study... Governor Bob Scott has announced the appointment of a bipartisan commission to make a study of North Carolina's election machinery. The commission will also investigate voting abuses in the state. H.G. Goodson, investigation by the commission, the investigation should be positive for the state.
Yes, indeed. I think that we will render the state a great need.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Art Blue reporting, WSJS News. That is supposed to be Channel 12 News.
And here in the Triple Cities area, partly cloudy to clear skies and 32. So all the temperatures just about the same as yesterday. Turning now to our national map. Get it out for you in just a moment. From west to east, quite a bit of rain here in the Pacific Northwest through the Washington and Oregon area. Mostly sunny skies prevail, however.
Okay. Mr. Fidelfer, what's happening here?
Well, we're having a fire that started over in the foothills behind us.
Is your house endangered right now, sir?
No, sir. The fire department has done a very good job.
And what have they been doing?
Watering it down.
Dave, how long have converted B-17s like this been used to fight fires?
I don't know. I really don't. So you better start over again.
What can you put a fire out with down in there?
Water.
Well, what a great thing to do. You have to ask Mr. Lindsay.
Over the weekend, Lieutenant General Nguyen Van Tu, Chief of State and military candidate for president, finally showed up at a rally with the civilian candidates. That story from Charles Murphy in South Vietnam. We'll get that story from Charles, not quite ready yet. In the meantime, at the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, the 6th annual meeting of the Midwestern Governors Conference opens today. High on the agenda will be such topics as racial violence in the cities and politics 1968. For a report, here is Don Oliver at the conference. Well, we'll have that report a little later, too. This story I'm sure I can handle myself. In Srinagar, the capital of Kashmir, there was a rumor last week that a young Hindu girl had been kidnapped and forced into marriage with a Muslim. It was enough to set off 3 days of riots between Hindus and Muslims. Buildings have been set afire, 250 have been injured. The army has been called out to help, and today a total curfew was imposed over the entire city of Srinagar. There was no word on the young Hindu girl, or even if the rumor was true. The so-called Torch of Peace is moving slowly across the continent from San Francisco this morning in the hands of a relay of runners. It is a peace campaign of a new kind. That story from John Dancy in San Francisco. You're kidding. Well, we'll have that story a little later on. I hope we find time for all of these things. There's news from the Italian town of Caramanico Terme today that will surprise no one. Some people are genuinely allergic to work. According to a report submitted to a conference on allergies, muscular activity on the part of those afflicted by work
releases an extra amount of histamine, a stimulant that causes rashes and allergies. With a newscast like that, I'm getting more allergic every minute. Are we going to try for some of these stories now? We're ready. Over the weekend, as we told you, Lieutenant General Van Tu, who is one of the presidential candidates in South Vietnam, finally started some campaigning with the civilians. And here's that story now from Charles Murphy in South Vietnam. So what page do you want, Larry?
Let's do the weather.
Do the weather. Okay. Probably won't get the weather map this time. No. We do have difficulties once in a while like that because of the nature of this program. We switch around to several different parts of the country, and sometimes it works very well. Other times we have our difficulties, and we're having them this morning. 7:30 after the hour.
Why'd you close the fucking window?
Larry, this son of a bitch is only so goddamn fast.
Let's get out of here.
Stop worrying.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Some critics in Philadelphia some time ago, when Humphrey raises the banner, follow me.
Take 20. If you were a woman, what would you like to do?
Woman. I'd get laid.
Thank you.
At another convention, the two names the nation has come to know and love came once again into prominence. Gene Pfennig and Sam Bozoleri. Bill Downs spoke with them about the American Legion involvement in politics.
Gene Pfennig and Sam Borzarelli, right? Borzarelli. Borzarelli. Okay, we'll start it again. No, you don't have to. The two American Legion attorneys most involved in this are Sam Pfennig and, do it again. The two American Legion attorneys most involved in this case are Gene Pfennig and Sam Borzarelli. Right, Borzarelli. Sam Borzarelli. Do it again. The two American Legion attorneys most involved in this case are Sam Pfennig, Gene Pfennig and Sam Borzarelli. Borzarelli. There let me have it.
Hugh Hill, ABC's Man on the Street, reports from in front of the White House.
This has always been a street of attraction for tourists and especially young people who come through here with the idea of seeing what Skid Row looks like.
Well, are they in any danger at all?
No danger whatsoever. There's no danger.
Hey, he's a damn lie. Hey,
Now, listen, we're conducting an interview here. Just a minute.
You get out of the way.
Just a minute.
Get out of the way.
Go right ahead, Brigadier.
There's a police car over there. Do you want to get in trouble?
I've been in jail 99,000 times.
Now, listen, we're trying to get an interview here. Just go right ahead about your business. Go right ahead about your business. Brigadier, you were starting to say that this is a safe street.
Yes, it is a safe street.
It seems the majority of the people are confused over Proposition 14. If you're one of those, we advise that you read up on the initiative before going to the poll in November. Remember, if you're for the initiative, you're against the Rumford Fair Housing Bill. If you're against the initiative, you're for the Rumford Fair Housing Bill. I will try that again. If you're against the initiative, you're against the... If you're for the initiative, you're against...
This is a war in which we often literally have to dig out the enemy, and these highly trained German Shepherd dogs are helping to do the job. Along with their U.S. Army trainers, these dogs come from the U.S. Their dogs and their Vietnamese handlers are trained to do just about everything: track and flush out the enemy, retrieve hidden or lost weapons, attack on command, just about everything except fire a gun. When we're checking villages for hidden communists, these dogs play a major role. They found one red Matahari, a long-sought Viet Cong woman spy, hiding in a cleverly concealed tunnel beneath a trapdoor.
Is this a plane that can run well on one engine? It runs best on one engine. That's all it has.
Well, that's all it has. You're right. I'm sorry.
Good evening. I'm Roger Grimsby. Here now the news. We report this program this evening from the carrier USS Bennington. The ship, her officers and men, her medical supplies, her foodstuffs, her helicopter.
Colonel Olds, you've pioneered the use of these planes over North Korea at night. What sort of operation is this? And is it new?
Well, John, it's a new war. It's not North Korea now. It's North Vietnam.
Scott. How does the F-104 handle the MiG?
It's the F-4C, sir. Yes, sir. It handles it very well. Thank you.
I'll be back with the rest.
Big game hunting as a sport has accounted for a decline in the world's wild animal population. Conservation groups have expressed concern. Clarence Strait interviewed Sir Kindred Knight, chief gamekeeper for New York's Central Park Zoo.
Conservation isn't a major problem now.
Well, it certainly is, because we're only left to certain pockets, you see, like national parks and preserves and things like that, where we can save them. We have a unique phenomenon.
You need to understand, I have a superior mind and a degree. I'll just say superior mind and split. Trying to improvise.
Oh, Mort, I'm just so excited that Dad and Grandma are coming in. I can hardly sit still.
You want me to tie you up?
Maybe a little later.
Well,
Action, baby.
oh, I got it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's happening. Boy, have I got a subtext going. You don't know. Okay, wait. Wow. 4.5 on the Richter scale.
Bet you've known a lot of pricks in your time, huh?
Why, Robin? Don't hit me here. It wasn't my fault. It's Weasel's fault. It's hard to look macho when you're looking like a huge prophylactic. Oh.
I've discovered that there's a woman inside of me.
Well, I can see where she's hiding. You've ever seen like, whoa, I like show. How do you like television, Lumpy? Yep.
She's already made up her mind. She's not going to change it.
I mean, you don't understand. I have a superior mind and...
We're
going to do it now. You ready? Yeah. You ready? You ready? Okay, you get it. I had it before. Fuck the camera. What was wrong? Camera problem? Now you tell me yours first.
I don't have any news.
Boy, do I have to improvise everything around here?
Mark your news.
Oh, you're pissed, huh? You didn't say my name.
I've never said your name till you said bullshit. You said it before.
Okay, let's go back.
I'm sorry, Kathy. I apologize. I'll talk.
Oh. You'll have to excuse me and she's on the rag. She said she covered it really well.
Okay. Well, it's too late now.
Don't protect her! Protect her? I'm just trying to show what a schmuck you are.
Or you can go to any private clinic or physician for one of those shots.
All right, excuse me. We have Chris Laguerres up there today. I'm still thinking back on the earlier story. And so it seemed to be encouraging that people were not getting too unduly alarmed about this.
They really aren't. They're very, very understanding. A lot of them, you know, it's a hassle to have to come down here and get the shot, but they'd rather get the shot than suffer possible consequences of getting sick, Gary.
All right. Chris Laguerres reporting live from Linwood today.
On the other side of this is a criminal investigation to determine who was actually driving that night. Chris Warren was arrested and released on Thursday, but agents are now saying it was Lamar Smith who was actually driving. Now, since there may have been alcohol involved, a blood sample can be subpoenaed from Overlake Hospital that was actually taken from Smith. But Kirkland police say they're standing by their findings so far, and the investigation will be expanded to determine who really was driving. Apparently having some problem with that.
Chris Warren at no point was operating the vehicle.
It's estimated that 75% of all adults in Washington will buy a ticket for tonight's drawing. Cairo's Stacy Sakamoto joins us live from Russell's Meat Market in Seattle, a very busy spot for ticket sales. And I think she's there and ready. Are you ready to go, Stace?
We are, David. We've got a little bit of company here outside Russell's. On any other Saturday, Russell's would be closed by now, but this is no ordinary Saturday. Russell's is no ordinary lotto outlet, and these are no ordinary shoppers.
Janine and I were escorted to this tank for our grand entrance into the city of Herat. It is a very interesting experience. We climbed in almost unaided. We did that for you, John. We're going to pay overcharge on our gear.
Nuclear war today at 11:30.
And now, here with stacks of snacks is our well-stacked Mary Ann Bauer on AM Northwest.
Department of the National Sports Festival, Brian, miscalculating. Oh!
And coming up next, a live report from Randy Ripplinger.
I lost my signal. Time now to check in with Steve Rabel to find out what's going on in sports. Steve is not with us tonight here in person, but he's out there somewhere on the Great East Side. Steve now is arranging things. You can tell that there's a lot of choreography involved in sports reporting, and I'm sure he's listening to us now intently and waiting for another cue, and so I will deliver it now. Hi, Steve.
Level 1, 2, 3. Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know if we're on the air because I have no audio, no video of where we're supposed to be. Let us see here in just a minute. We can't seem to get audio. Let me move ahead here. We're at Newport High School over in Bellevue. All I would like to ask the coach is if the team of Japanese girls has enjoyed their visit here, and what have they done since they've been here in Seattle?
Let's see. You want me to
ask him, please?
Ask him in Japanese? To answer in Japanese, to interpret to Japanese is pretty hard for me because I was born and raised in Bellevue. So
Does the coach speak English?
He can't talk, but he can say.
All right, let's try it.
We have very happy time for 3 days. Bellevue City and beautiful city is beautiful city. I think.
Oh, you think? Well, you're right. It is a beautiful city. We thank you both for being here. Patricia, thank you again. All the volleyball action you could possibly want for the next 3 days right here at Newport High School. Gary, kind of interesting out here. We've had a little trouble getting things set up, but we got it underway now.
All right, Steve, nice audition. We'll give you another try later.
Thank you.
Now, a little bit earlier, we told you the Seahawks had to practice in the snow today, and of course we try and get everywhere for every practice we can find. We received some videotape in now of the practice, and we wanted to show you the footage that we had. First of all, we go to Chopper 7 for a look at the Hawks practice field today, hovering over the Hawks Kirkland headquarters. Now from our ground Cairo Spyro cam. We have these exclusive pictures of the Hawks workout in the snow. Here you see Kurt Warner running away from Kenny Easley and Bruce Schultz chasing him. But eventually, Kurt gets tackled in the snow. Oh, Kurt, get up. And what was happening with the rest of the team? Well, they found out how tough it is to practice here in the Puget Sound in the snow.
Hear me speak what's on my mind. Let me give
6:55, just about right now. All that education, all that experience, and I'm a talking alarm clock.
Mark, when you tell me I'm hot, I assume that was a compliment.
What? No, you got 5 minutes.
What is this?
It's John Lippman's going away thing. It's great. Come on.
Oh, for Lippman's sake? Well, you gotta get lower. I mean, if you're gonna do lip, huh? What am I supposed to say?
What do you mean lower? What are you going on?
I don't want you looking down at me. I should be looking down at you.
Okay, here we go. Here, special effect.
Then what do you want? What am I supposed to say?
John's
something?
going away. Let's say something nice.
I'm too busy. I gotta arrange my wedding reception. I got 5 documentaries to do at a time. I don't have time. We can stop by and get out of here. I don't have time.
Oh, man, you don't got time for this? I was just gonna guess. No, I don't know. Ben didn't seem like he was that busy. Aha!
And that's it for Cairo News at 10. Thanks for joining us. Cairo News continues in half an hour on Channel 7, including exclusive video of the Space Needle falling over that we didn't want to waste on this program. We'll have it on our own channel then. See you at 11.
Well, finally, maybe it's these warm summer nights, but things are definitely heating up at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. After 13 years of unsuccessfully trying to produce an offspring of the giant pandas, Ling Ling and Sing Sing are giving it another try. I can't believe someone was actually keeping count, but they were, and zoo officials say there were several attempts at mating between the two this morning. This after zoo veterinarians gave Ling Ling a sort of love potion back in June. Zoo folks say they are delighted and surprised. Just imagine how Ling Ling and Sing Sing must feel.
I'm just shocked and mortified.
They were hugging. Leave them alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. What kind of a potion did you say that was?
No, you can't have any.
Do they sell it in the stores?
That's it. Take
That is it for Channel 2 News at 11. We hope you have a good evening.
Okay.
Shocking. Shocking.
Let's listen to that portion of the president's address as he delivered it to the nation from the White House Oval Office. I want Jimmy to talk. Way to go, ABC. Way to go.
Good evening. Kathy Smith is off tonight. Dick Bogle sitting in with us. It is official. Portland Mayor Neil Goldschmidt is a leading candidate for a job in President Carter's cabinet. But with all the speculation and the rumors about a White House job, Goldschmidt has been reluctant to discuss the matter. Channel 2's Stan Wilson caught up with the Mayor Goldschmidt late this afternoon at City Hall.
Is totally unpredictable. Indecision is compounded by the puzzling political rhetoric we hear. Jerry Ford? No. There's my mistake. Son of a bitch. It's Jimmy Carter.
And it looks as though more tourists than ever will be visiting the state of Oregon this summer. Those stories next.
These clouds here, we were looking at the possibility. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I knew that was going to happen.
How did you do that?
Oh, my goodness gracious. I just about had a heart attack there.
The Willamette River got a dose of raw sewage today, and Richard Nixon is on his way.
got a dose, huh? That's what I said.
On the order of 60 or 60,000. Oh, goddamn son of a bitch.
This is NBC News Update with Jane Pauley.
It's without a major expedition over 11th Avenue. But, there's an auto parts place. If you pass on your way to work.
We're on air.
Hello.
Just go ahead and start reading, sir. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry we're late.
Microphone.
The cost of living.
And just enough to make it hard.
This is hot. This is hot now.
That's right, and it's getting hard too, Kim.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
steering, Kimmy.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you're a football fan, today is a special day. It's Super Bowl Sunday. The Miami Dolphins and the Washington Redskins are squaring off at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And at halftime, it's Miami 17, Washington 10. Well, one of the most popular ways to watch the game is with friends, food, and some unnamed beverages. One of those parties is underway right now in Southeast Portland, and I think I see Rich Dargan at the party. Rich, how's it going?
Hi, Paula. How's it going?
Can't show the highlights of the game because it is on another network, but how's the game going as far as you can tell?
Pretty good. Miami's way ahead. We like that a lot. Although the Los Angeles Raiders should be in the Super Bowl, I think. Dolphins and the Redskins, they just don't have it.
It looks like a huge crowd. Is this a normal party?
Yeah, it's pretty normal. Lots of crazies, and there's Tommy and Rose.
I guess we'll let you get back to your partying, but I think you just made a tackle. Well, coming up in sports, Mike Ross says some pros are also watching that game today.
Another option, Paula, is to watch it.
John?
Yes, we do.
Doesn't she have pretty nipples, pretty dimples there?
We've learned a new thing about the press. This is one of the cameras here, I understand, from CBS. They never come to cover news or to report anything. They come in case I stumble and fall and make a fool of myself, and then they report it. No good news is ever reported by CBS, so it's so full of shit.
Gentlemen, I think this is the craziest kind of journalism I have ever observed.
I wanted to ask you, when you went over the ranch there, I've been worried about one of the horses. How did they look?
Legislative Assembly will present a sales tax to Oregon voters. The meeting, which began at 4 o'clock this afternoon, which we should have coming up for you in just a moment.
Seattle. Where was the tape, Frank?
Utility officials. Now,
The tape we fed to you on the sales tax.
There are a couple of solutions that they have in mind.
Why didn't you tell us that?
Rich wants to keep out of default.
I think you were monitoring it as it went in. Oh, fuck. What hole in the middle? What are you talking about? So for 2 seconds of dead air, you let me sit on a fucking live set without any goddamn warning in advance that it might not be there, and I look like a fucking asshole? You goddamn idiot!
If you've had that haunting feeling that Halloween is close at hand, you're right. And to help us get in the right spirit, Dan Christopher is standing by with some facts about All Hallows Eve. Dan?
Remember that.
Hey, listen to me.
I don't listen to you. I've heard enough of you already. I'm telling you. I'm telling these young people.
It's my show, and if you don't knock it up, I'm throwing you off personally.
Is that
Now, do you
so?
hear that, Marine buddy?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen.
You're watching KATU Portland. This is the 4 o'clock edition of Channel 2 News with Jim Bosley in weather, Steve Arena with sports, Tracy Berry, and Stan Wilson.
From all of us here at Good Morning America, make this a safe, make it a wonderful weekend this weekend.
Joan London's wardrobe, courtesy of Lily Rubin's South and West.
It's getting real hard to provide what used to be a really simple service. People could call us and we could help them. It requires 3 telephone lines for local use and 2 telephone lines for interstate use and intrastate use. I have a board of directors who are volunteers. By having a service that we wouldn't have used 2 intrastate lines. AT&T didn't call us and say, you have now an option. We found out by accident and called them and said, why didn't you tell us? And they said,
I found out yesterday that there's one support group.
This Wednesday for an examination of his arm. He went after a cameraman, Frank Scalise of KSDK in St. Louis. Scalise was among several photographers simply getting pictures of Danny Cox returning to St. Louis. It's a big story in St. Louis. Danny Cox is a star for the Cardinals. He's had 2 bad years after a great year. Well, Cox learns that he's out now, serious ligament damage in his elbow. From the cameraman's view, you see just how tough this is to handle. Danny Cox goes after him. Cox now faces surgery at the end of March. Reports say that Danny Cox will be sued for roughing up the cameraman. One only wonders just how big the damages could be. Time to cool off with a nice cool drink. Compliments of the sports machine. Florida State Seminoles mascot is a horse called Renegade who runs right into the cameraman. Hey, no respect for our cameraman. Cameraman's life is dangerous. Here it is, Albuquerque's Mark Irvin. Into the cameraman, Chad Littlefield, and then kicks him in the head as he goes by. Check out poor Chad.
They hit me in such a way that they came down with their hand like this, and it was basically a martial arts type of attack. I'm really surprised, and I think they're really surprised that I actually didn't die in the process.
So you think it was political as opposed to sexual orientation?
Yeah, I do.
Shed blood, that Paula!
Reno, how do you feel about homosexuals?
Man, this state set me up. Crooked people! What's up, blood? Crooked motherfuckers!
I said I did not want him photographed, and the judge ordered that he was not supposed to be photographed. They set me up!
Calhoun, Kentucky's annual bumblebee fight started years ago when Uncle Bum Cobb had 15 children. The family was so poor they couldn't afford toys. So Uncle Bum took them out to a field and let them fight bumblebees. Bumblebees nest in the ground. Bee fighters grab switches of leaves for protection. Someone stirs up the nest, and the bumblebee fight is on.
Come here! Come here! Oh, we got it alone! Scott, come here!
It's about 5 to 8, and the Bon Marché is going to open in a few minutes. The store closed by fire just 2 weeks ago. The crowd here is about typical of all 5 of the Bon's entrances. Everybody here is looking for a bargain. Why did you come?
Oh, sale. See if I can find something cheap. Cheap.
Tomorrow's forecast.
Some of these are conventional weapons that have been illegally altered. This .22 caliber rifle, for example, is the same kind you can buy at any sporting goods store. But somebody has altered it so that now it's an automatic weapon. Got that, Lippman?
Janine and I were escorted to this tank.
Yeah.
Sorry about this.
Then I'm going to follow you.
Since that time, Cairo News has been investigating the charges that as many as 7 satanic burial sites are hidden in Mason County. Tonight, one investigator working with us says that he will take us to them. Right now, Chopper 7 is flying private investigator Sal Dennett to land at that site. Clark Stahl is in Chopper 7. Clark, what's going on down there now?
Well, Gary, as you mentioned, we were tied up a little bit logistically with a fuel problem down there, so we didn't get a whole lot of time really searching the area. One area that we did look at was along the middle fork of the Satsop River and just barely into Grays Harbor on the Mason County line. You can see we landed in a field down there that looked somewhat suspicious from the air, and this is Investigator Saladena. He was out taking a look around. From today's quick look, can you draw any conclusions? Is there anything?
Well, I don't believe we have enough information here to draw any kind of conclusion.
I'm afraid we're losing viewers rapidly.